Welcome to my YouTube channel, MK Titans Travel. Introduction. Belarus is a land of quiet beauty, deep history, and unspoiled nature. Often called the lungs of Europe, this country is rich in ancient castles, vast primeval forests, serene lakes, and historic cities shaped by centuries of Eastern European culture. From UNESCO World Heritage sites to hidden natural treasures, Belarus offers wonders that reflect resilience, tradition, and harmony with nature. Top 30 Wonders of Belarus, each highlighting a unique aspect of the country's heritage and natural charm. Let's start. Wonder 1. Mir Castle Complex. Mir Castle is one of Belarus's most iconic landmarks and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Built in the 16th century, this magnificent fortress blends Gothic, Renaissance, and Baroque architectural styles. Surrounded by peaceful lakes and lush greenery, the castle reflects the power and prestige of the noble Radziwiłł family. Its massive towers, thick walls, and elegant interiors tell stories of battles, royal life, and cultural evolution. Today, Mir Castle stands as a symbol of Belarusian history and craftsmanship, attracting visitors who admire both its beauty and historical significance.
Nesvizh Castle, a UNESCO-listed masterpiece of European architecture. Once home to the powerful Radziwiłł family, Renaissance grace meets Baroque splendor. A palace complex with stout walls and a serene moat. Landscaped gardens and a historic park invite slow wanderings. Inside, restored rooms reveal aristocratic life and art. Centuries-old traditions live in every detail, a living museum of Belarus's noble past. Belovezhskaya Pushcha, one of Europe's last primeval forests. Towering oaks, some over 600 years old. Home to the mighty European bison. A refuge for rare plants and wildlife. An ancient woodland spanning Belarus and Poland. Ecosystems preserved, seemingly untouched by time. A testament to Belarus's bond with nature.
The Brest Hero Fortress. Imagine walking under towering arches into a fortress that refused to break. In 1941, soldiers here held the line against impossible odds. You can feel it in the silence, the weight of sacrifice, the stubborn heartbeat of resilience. Massive concrete forms rise like clenched fists. Memorial sculptures look you straight in the eye. The eternal flame burns without a whisper. I wander past preserved ruins, bullet-scarred walls, dark corridors. Each step feels like turning a page in a story that still breathes. Inside the museum, letters from the front, worn uniforms. History turns from dates into faces. This isn't just a sight to see, it's a promise remembered. A national symbol that says courage isn't about winning, it's about refusing to give in. Now a softer chapter. Pinsk Old Town, the Trinity suburb. The moment I step onto the cobbles, the city slows down. Colorful facades lean over the riverside. Windows glow like lanterns at dusk. Hand-painted shutters, steep roofs, street corners where neighbors still know your name. Restored houses hide cozy cafes, small museums, art galleries where the floorboards creak like old stories. I grab a coffee, sit by the Nesvizh River, watch reflections ripple under stone bridges. It's not a time machine. It's a bridge between what was and what still is. Walk a little, music drifts from a courtyard. Walk further, a painter catching the light on an easel. Here, history isn't behind a rope. It's in the everyday. Bread in the bakery, laughter on the steps, the way the city breathes through its oldest streets. Brest shows strength carved in stone. Trinity shows soul painted in color. Together, they tell Belarus's story. Endurance, identity, memory, life. If you ever come, bring your curiosity and leave space for what these places will leave with you. Some wonders don't shout. They stand quietly and wait for you to listen. I'm sure you've heard the news. A towering glass gem lights up Minsk every night. But Belarus isn't just city shine, it saves some magic for its lakes. At dusk, the library transforms, a huge geometric lantern stitched into the skyline. Inside, millions of books, rare manuscripts, and sprawling digital archives that feel like a time machine. Climb to the observation decks. The city folds out beneath you. Streets, domes, a glittering river. At night, the building isn't just architecture, it's a beacon saying, "We value knowledge." Shift scenes. Flip the switch from neon to nature. Head north to Braslav Lakes National Park. Everything goes quiet. Over 300 lakes sprinkle the landscape. Clear water, soft sand, forests that smell like pine and possibility, small villages, classic Belarusian charm, wildlife that likes to keep its distance, a real unplugged zone. Whether you crave brainy city vibes or lakeside calm, Belarus stacks both in one playlist, innovation by night, serenity by day. So next time you're planning a trip, bring a notebook and a picnic. Let the diamond and the lakes do the rest.
Polotsk. The Sophia Cathedral isn't just a church, it's a survivor. Built in the 11th century, inspired by the grand ideas of Byzantium, it planted early Christianity right here in stone. Think ancient arches meeting Baroque flair, because history didn't freeze. Fires, wars, rebuilds, and yet it stands. Walk inside and you feel it. The echo, the cool stone, the mix of old bones and later beauty. Today, it's more than worship. Concerts ring under vaulted ceilings. Exhibitions tell stories in the shadows of pillars. This is where faith, culture, and memory shake hands. The message? Belarus has deep roots, and they still feed the present. Now, west to Grodno. The old castle rises over the Niemen River like a guard who never clocks out. Once a royal residence, it watched over trade, treaties, and trouble. Stand at the walls and you can read the timeline. Foundations from one era, bricks from another, restored halls that whisper court life and cannon smoke. Archaeology here isn't just digging, it's decoding. Every stone says why Grodno mattered. High ground, wide view, strong defenses. This is where power lived and where power learned to adapt. Together, these landmarks tell a simple truth. Heritage isn't a museum label, it's a living network. Faith, music, politics, defense, threaded through centuries and still humming. You don't just see Belarusian history here, you feel its rhythm.
Wonder 10. Grodno New Castle. The New Castle in Grodno was built in the 18th century as a royal palace for Polish-Lithuanian rulers. Elegant halls and classical architecture contrast with the rugged old castle nearby. It witnessed important political events, including royal assemblies. Today, it houses museum exhibitions that highlight regional history and culture. Together with the old castle, it forms a remarkable historical ensemble. Wonder 11. Khatyn Memorial Complex. Khatyn Memorial Complex honors the memory of villages destroyed during World War II. Built on the site of the former village of Khatyn, it symbolizes the suffering of civilians. Bells, sculptures, and eternal flames create a deeply emotional atmosphere. The memorial stands as a reminder of loss, resilience, and the importance of peace. It is one of Belarus's most powerful historical monuments.
I'm stepping into the Belarusian Amazon. Pripyatsky National Park spreads like a green ocean across southern Belarus. Wetlands, floodplains slow, winding rivers that breathe with the seasons. When the Pripyat floods, life explodes. Rare birds gliding over silver water, elk and boar, picking through reed beds, forests that feel untouched by time. Here, nature writes the rules. The locals, they've learned to read them. Traditional fishing villages still set nets at dawn, tell stories by firelight, and move with the river's rhythm. It's not theme park pretty, it's real, muddy, buzzing, alive. And it's one of Europe's most important wetland habitats, quietly protected so the wild can stay wild. Now, hard switch, from swamp symphony to aristocratic elegance. Gomel Palace and Park Ensemble sits above the Soj River like a postcard from the 18th century. Neoclassical columns, balanced lines, perfect symmetry that whispers, "We planned this." Inside, polished floors, art and furniture that survived fashions, revolutions, and time. Outside, the park opens into carefully drawn paths, pavilions, river views made for long conversations. I love this contrast. In Pripyatsky, you feel small in the best way, just another creature in a living system. In Gomel, you step into a story about taste, culture, and the people who shaped a city. Together, they show Belarus as a guardian of nature and a keeper of heritage.
Wonder 14. Lida Castle. Lida Castle is a medieval fortress built in the 14th century to defend against invasions. Its massive brick walls and towers showcase military architecture of the Grand Duchy of Lithuania. The castle has been carefully restored and now hosts festivals, reenactments, and cultural events. Lida Castle connects visitors with Belarus's medieval past and warrior traditions. Wonder 15. Mogilev Town Hall. Mogilev Town Hall is a symbol of civic pride and self-governance. Originally built in the 17th century, it reflects Renaissance architectural influences. Restored after wartime destruction, it now houses a museum showcasing city history. From its tower, visitors enjoy panoramic views of Mogilev. The building represents the resilience and urban heritage of Belarusian cities.
The Augustow Canal. Built in the 1800s to link river systems across Belarus and Poland, this is engineering with a soul. Stone locks click open and close the same way they did centuries ago, guiding boats through a patchwork of forests and lakes. It's peaceful, picturesque, and surprisingly lively kayaks, pleasure boats, cyclists following towpaths, all moving at the pace of nature. The canal proves clever human design can sit gently in the landscape, a working monument to ingenuity. Now shift gears to Dudutki Museum Complex. Think open-air village wooden houses, smoke from bakeries, the clang of the blacksmith, the spin of a potter's wheel. Craftspeople practice skills passed down generations. You can taste bread, try weaving, watch iron become tool and art. Festivals bring the past to life, but it's not just nostalgia. Dudutki is cultural preservation in motion, hands-on and joyful. Together, Augustow and Dudutki are a short love letter to heritage, where technology and tradition don't compete. They complement. Visit, learn, and leave inspired.
Old Town narrow, cobbled streets, churches and monasteries stacked like chapters. Riverside air that still remembers market calls. Market calls in Polish, market calls in Yiddish. Market calls in Belarusian walk, where centuries overlapped wooden houses, ornate facades, quiet courtyards where different faiths and trades once met. It's a preserved patchwork of lives lived loud and soft, a reminder that history is a neighborhood you can still stroll through. Now fold the card and open Vitebsk. The birthplace of Marc Chagall feels like someone painted a dream into brick and river museums that cradle his sketches, festivals that fling color across the streets, a creative current that made this small city a global whisper in art history. Vitebsk is less about buildings and more about imagination, giving shape a place where everyday scenes tilt into the surreal. 2 postcards, 1 stamp. Belarus's layered identity, Pinsk gives you the texture of multicultural everyday life. Vitebsk hands you the palette of the human imagination, collect both, and you've got a short, sweet crash course in history culture, the art of staying unforgettable. Ready to send one to yourself?
Minsk, where quiet bells drift, gardens and white stone. This is St. Elizabeth Convent, the largest Orthodox monastery in Belarus, and it feels like stepping into a calm breath. Paths curl past lilacs and icons, sunlight on golden domes. Everyone walks a little slower. But here's the surprise, it's not just about prayer. The convent runs workshops, ceramics, wood carving, icon painting, sewing and baking. Monastics and locals work side by side, bright mugs, hand-stitched linens, warm bread. Profits support shelters, hospitals, people who need a second chance. It's spirituality with sleeves rolled up. I talk to a sister glazing a cup.
Beauty heals.
And looking around, I get it, the art, the gardens, the kindness. It all adds up to a gentle kind of power. A modern wonder rooted in compassion. Now, I leave the city for a wilder quiet. The Berezinsky Biosphere Reserve, a mosaic of forests, rivers, and endless bogs that breathe like the planet's lungs. Here, conservation isn't a slogan, it's daily life. Wolves pad through spruce shadows, bears turn stones for grubs, lynx slip between birch trunks, almost invisible. Owls and rare birds trace ancient routes. This place is internationally recognized, but it still feels secret. Scientists track paw prints, scientists check water chemistry, Travelers follow boardwalks over moss that's older than cities. Ecotourism sits next to research like two good neighbors, each protecting the other. You come to see wildlife, and you leave understanding how it all connects. Soil to stream, feather to forest, footsteps to future, heritage to habitat. In Minsk, compassion becomes craft. In Berezinski, protection becomes practice. Both are about care, one for souls, one for species, and together they tell a bigger story of Belarus. If you visit, bring curiosity, buy something made by kind hands. Walk softly where the land remembers, and carry that care back home. Because wonder isn't just what we find, it's what we choose to keep.
Ruzhany Palace, once the showpiece of the mighty Sapieha family. On the other, the Kolozha Church in Grodno, one of the oldest Orthodox churches in Belarus. Restore versus ruin. Ruzhany first. Imagine carriages on gravel, silk rustling through colonnades, deals that shaped a country. Today, arches frame the sky and facades hold their breath, broken but still proud. Wind slips through windowless halls like a rumor from 200 years ago. And yet scaffolding rises. Craftsmen brush dust from stone line by line, as if rewriting a chapter long thought finished. That's the strange power here. The wreckage and the willpower sit side by side. You feel the rise and fall of noble power, then the quiet decision to stand it up again. Now Grodno's St. Boris and Gleb, Kolozha Church, 12th century, a survivor. Brick walls stitched with glazed ceramics. Little stars and tiles tucked into the masonry like secret constellations. It leans over the river, calm and stubborn, a prayer made of clay. Inside, the light is patient. The air smells like time, and the floor remembers footsteps that never made the news. No grand comeback montage here, just continuity. The miracle isn't a rebuild, it's that it never left. Together, they argue about how history stays alive. One says, "Restore me. Let people hear the echo again." The other says, "I've kept the flame. Don't blow too hard." I love that tension, because memory needs both, the drama of revival and the grace of endurance. So if you ever make it to Belarus, listen. At Ruzhany, the stones are learning to speak again. At Kolozha, they never stopped. And in the space between ruin and repair, you can hear a country remembering itself.
Start in Slonim, a 17th century synagogue, standing as a silent witness to a once vibrant Jewish community. Damaged but dignified, a reminder buildings keep memory alive even when people move on. Then jump to Zaslavl, one of Belarus's oldest towns, ringed by ancient ramparts and packed with local legends passed down through generations of villagers. Historic churches dot the town's skyline and squares. Small museums preserving artifacts, stories, and local history. Archaeology uncovers ancient settlements, pottery, and burial sites. Folklore preserves myths, songs, and origin stories still told, tracing early Slavic threads that helped form the state. Together, they tell one story, of cultural layers visible in architecture and customs, survival and resilience through centuries of change and hardship.
Lake Narak, the largest lake in Belarus. Pine forests meet clear, quiet water. Beaches of pale sand invite unhurried walks. Nature here breathes in spacious harmony. The scent of resin, wind in the needles, clean waters that soothe and refresh. Moments for connection and calm. Sailing, paddling, and unhurried swims. Health resorts thrive along the shore. Wellness anchored in nature. Ecotourism unfolds on forest paths. A place to slow down and simply be. The Jesuit Cathedral of Grodno, Baroque grandeur. Its towering face crowns the city center. 17th century artistry in every curve. A masterpiece of balance and light. Inside, space rises in luminous vaults, gilded altars and finely worked reliefs. Frescoes glow with centuries of care. Quiet reverence, held in sound and stone. An active spiritual and cultural home. Voices carry tradition forward. Bells mark the living rhythm of Grodno. Heritage preserved, welcoming today.
Lida Castle. It sits right on the banks of the Niemen River, like a bookmark in time. The walls are worn, the towers are chipped, but the charm, still strong. Romantic even. I walk along the edge where stone meets water, and the wind does the storytelling. Look closer. Brickwork patched, Scaffolds tucked away. Restoration is happening, carefully, slowly. It's not about making it new. It's about keeping the memory alive. From the ramparts, the view opens wide. River silvering through fields, a sky that feels older than the fortress. Close your eyes. Hear hooves. Hear armor. Hear traders calling across the river. Lyubcha is a mood medieval atmosphere, quiet and scenic, a place that doesn't rush you. I leave a little lighter, like I borrowed someone else's century for a few minutes. Now, Kamyanyets Tower, the white tower that's actually red brick. I know. Built in the 1200s, 13th century, old enough to outstare you. It rises like a signal. This is how you defend a region. This is early military architecture, simplified, strong, direct, no ornament, just purpose. Thick walls, narrow slits, a spiral that pulls you upward. I love how honest it is. You can read the strategy in the bricks. Stand at the base, look up. You feel small but safe, like the tower is still on duty. Inside, each step is a lesson in survival. Outside, it's a symbol. When the sun hits, the red turns warm. Names, empires, translations, time. Two places, one lesson. Preservation isn't nostalgia, it's context. Lyubcha keeps the romance. Kamyanyets keeps the resolve. Together they remind me why I travel, to feel the past under my feet and the future in my pocket. Next stop? Victory Square is a central monument honoring those who fought in World War II. The tall obelisk and eternal flame create a solemn tribute, a place of remembrance at the heart of Minsk. Surrounded by architecture and city life, it reflects national memory and pride. Visitors arrive through the underpass, emerging into open sky and stone. Details tell stories of courage and sacrifice. The Wonders of Belarus reveal a country shaped by resilience, tradition, and natural beauty. From ancient castles and sacred monuments to vast forests and peaceful lakes, Belarus offers a rich and authentic travel experience. These 30 wonders together tell the story of a nation that values its past while preserving its treasures for future generations. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching.